Daniel Mendelsohn returning to the stage, but this time with Alina Mohammedinian for another duo interpretation.
This team has had an incredible season, making multiple final rounds and even taking the championship at the Tabor tournament.
So please welcome up Daniel and Alina.
Hey there, sweetheart. You just stay here all day. Yeah. Must be nice. It's a good house, right? Clean. Quiet. Safe. On December 6th, 2025, Samuel Saxon, an ICE officer, was arrested for assaulting his wife.
After neighbors reported screams, he told responding officers it was
A misunderstanding. A stressful week.
And
work pressure. You understand.
this was the 23rd time police had been called to this residence. His wife had bruises on her arms and neck. He said,
Restraint techniques can often look aggressive to civilians.
She said he used the same voice he used on the job.
Calm, commanding, official. The report listed the incident as a domestic dispute.
All right. Where do we start? You know any scary stories?
Other than your personality.
Right. Settle down now.
Okay. What about werewolves, vampires, guys with chainsaws, and bad skincare?
Mask.
Exactly. Leatherface, blank face, hockey masks like Jason. The kind that tells you that they're evil before they even move.
That's boring though. At least those monsters were honest, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, what about the mother-turned monster? Masked by grief.
Too old. Everybody already knows her.
Okay, what about the one that steals kids at night?
I want something real. Something that doesn't need makeup.
So not a monster.
No. Something that was a mask, but it's invisible, so you don't see it coming. A predator.
Ooh. What's the matter? You scared? Well, I don't blame you. A mask is supposed to be for protection, but for some, it becomes permission. It says, this isn't me, this is my job. I'm just doing what I'm told.
However, as the 19th reports, violence against women by ICE agents is increasingly visible, but largely untracked. And the killing of Minneapolis mother Renee Nicole Goods reflects a broader pattern of force.
And as violence against women becomes routine, it doesn't stay at work. Research on federal agencies like ICE demonstrate intimate partner violence rates as high as 40%.
And so the mask isn't just a boundary between two selves.
It becomes a bridge from sanctioned violence in public to private violence at home.
And so the question isn't whether the mask will come off, but what it trains a person to become.
So with the drama Borderline by Andrew Sanchez, and What About the Children by Sarah Johnson?
Articles from Politico and The Guardian.
And the poetry When the Mask Comes Home by Adrian Smith.
A program. Because a mask isn't hiding a monster.
It's making one. I tell myself the mask is
temporary.
The mask is
necessary.
It's just something I wear to work.
It's just something he wears to do the job. He said,
Don't ask about my day. They say don't personalize the work.
So I don't.
So you don't.
I didn't think you'd be back so early.
I thought we were gonna talk at dinner. I guess that was a lie.
No, you don't get to just do that. You don't get to make me the bad guy. Jesus, man. I saw you on the news.
Okay, you can't be mad at me about that, all right? I didn't know what to say. Okay, they put me on the spot.
You could have said anything about what you said, literally anything.
I wish it were that easy.
But it is. The easiest thing in the world is to say you feel bad for what happened to that woman.
You don't understand the protocol.
Just say you'll walk away from that bullshit
Okay,
job.
first and foremost, my job is not bullshit, all right? It's complicated.
It's complicated. It's changing you.
So like a guy in a mask.
No, like a guy who doesn't even need one.
Ooh, that's worse.
It follows rules, schedules,
Ooh.
knows when the lights go out.
You're saying that it waits?
It watches from the doorway, from the hallway mirror.
All right. Now I'm uncomfortable. I think I just shit myself.
It wears the mask you trust. The mask that says protector, provider, good guy.
Wait, so let me get this straight. You're saying that when you see it moving,
You don't run.
because you're not supposed to be scared.
Exactly. And that's when you see it. Not a beast, not a costume.
Just someone standing there. Too close. I can't. You're a little bit uncomfortable. You want to leave, but you're not really going to go anywhere, right? You're not thinking about leaving, are you?
At the end of the day, the most dangerous part is not that people commit violence,
It's that they are taught to see it as care.
as protection.
When violence gets wrapped up in patriotism and masculinity, it no longer feels like harm,
It feels like responsibility.
like holding the line.
So the question isn't whether it will show up at home.
But why we ever thought it wouldn't. It was just around that time that more details emerged around Samuel Saxon and his wife's dispute.
Bruises on her neck, a witness described a chokehold in a hallway.
He was released, pending an internal investigation.
It wasn't until she nearly died that he was fired.
And the mask stays on long enough that it no longer feels like a disguise. And the mask stays on. I swallow questions,
I swallow the names like pills.
and the mask comes home before he does. I wash my hands. I hang my badge. I tell myself, this is enough.
He says,
Correction is not violence.
He says-
This is the line.
He says-
I don't understand why you're making this such a big deal, all right? It's just a job. It's for the greater
it was
good.
never for the greater good. I told you when you took that job that I was uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. Huh, uncomfortable. Well, you sure as hell got comfortable eating the damn food that I put on the table.
That was then. You've changed. I've
Look, we need
changed.
to be vigilant against threats.
Our neighbors aren't threats.
Neighbors, these people are.
Ordinary citizens aren't
You don't
threats.
understand.
Most of the people you're protecting us from are harmless, just trying to live their lives, trying to take care of their families. They weren't dangerous, just witnesses that pose no threat.
Why should ordinary people take priority over our sense of safety, huh? We're Americans,
What
damn
about
it.
the mothers who dropped out their kids that morning?
How about the way they affect our property?
Did the woman shot in broad daylight lower your property value?
Shut up.
Steal your job?
Shut up.
Did she pull a gun for the Asian fired 3 rounds?
Shut up!
You've fed me so much bullshit. I don't even think you know what you... I don't even recognize you anymore.
Everything inside her is telling her
run,
to
scream,
to-
jump at the beast.
But right now, she can't do anything.
She's frozen.
She feels trapped in her own body, trapped by this fear as she just watches and watches and watches. As the monster takes off his mask to reveal. But the mask never fully comes off. The mask keeps me from falling apart.
The mask keeps us safe.
We want to believe that.
I tell myself I'm married to a good man.
I tell myself I'm doing the right thing.
Somewhere between pretending and practice
Work becomes home.
home.
Home becomes another site of enforcement.
And the line we drew,
It's no longer there.
psychologists call it identity fusion.
The more you perform a role, the more you become it.
What began as a tool becomes their identity.
Without the mask, they feel powerless.
Now imagine that at scale. An entire culture fused to its mask.
An army of men taught to see control as care.
And when that army comes home,
The danger doesn't just stay behind one door. It's a society forgetting how to ever take the mask off.